brand new spot, not this year, but ever.
Placing your bet on a brand new spot can be risky, just as risky as passing on a big old buck.
Did I just make a mistake?
But they also say if you never gamble, you'll never win. Success in the deer woods doesn't come easy. You can't buy it. You have to earn it. You can choose your own results through a year of work, adventure, preparation, and scouting, a lifetime of learning, and even a bit of luck. All of this gives us opportunity, the opportunity to dream, that all of the work, practice, and dedication might pay off, and to share that dream with the next generation, and to head into a stand with that dream. That at any given moment you may have earned the chance to spend just a moment in time with a legend.
Stealth Cam presents Dean Partridge's Canadian Whitetail, brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Excalibur Crossbow, the most durable and accurate crossbows on Earth. The Heater Bodysuit, the ultimate cold weather hunting garment. Nocturnal Lighted Nox, switch on accuracy and let it glow. The Raculator, score your trophy fast, easy, and accurate. Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the U.S. Muddy, serious gear for serious hunters. New archery products, hunt with confidence. Hoyman, your land, your legacy. Tacticam, share your hunt. Old Timer Knives, built for generations. And by Stealth Cam, proven reliability, proven quality, proven performance.
Tracking a deer, watching a deer grow and mature over the years, and eventually hunting that deer is ultimately what we love. But the key to that all is just big mature whitetails, and sometimes stepping out of one's comfort zones, out of one's regular spots, can bring a new sense of adventure and exploration. And even big results like this week's episode with Cam Sutherland, hunting a brand new property.
It was a property that Cam had drove by for years and never set foot on, as it wasn't the regular area. Already late in the year, with fresh permission and a little scouting, the stealth cams were showing promising results, and Cam wanted to waste no time getting set up.
Brand new spot, not this year, but ever. So, as a fellow Cam knows, got permission, and we put 2 test spots out last week, and there was a lot of good bucks. There's a big 5x5 with split brow tine on one side and a short G4 on the other side. So. Windy, kind of a miserable day today. That's why it sounds so bad. But it's a good day to get it set up. So he's gonna finish tying it down. We got this spot all cleared out.
It can take years to really learn a spot and fine-tune things, but you have to start somewhere, and sometimes adapt from trial and error. Sometimes you get lucky and that trial and error can provide positive results on just the first set. And after checking the stealth cam at the new blind setup, the big curved brow 10 was coming by regularly. Mature, great tines, big brows with one split. Though Cam would have very limited time to hunt, this would be his 2018 target buck.
This segment brought to you by AAE. Innovation and integrity is in our blood. Quality and dependability is in our products. This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Bog. More than just a shooting rest. Bog, engineered for the unknown.
Set up and ready, the big split brow 10 on the stealth cam regularly, and with only 2 days to hunt for Cam in the early season, he heads in hoping for an encounter.
Well, here we are. Cam and I finally got settled into the blind. Cam found a deer down here, and which he's pretty interested in. I think it was a week ago Dean gave you a hand setting this up. So Cam and Dean set this up about a week ago, and Cam checked the card on the camera, and the buck has been frequent here quite often, and most nights in shooting lights. So hopefully he sticks to the pattern, and if he's what Cam's looking for, I do believe he's in trouble. Yeah, so right on.
With this young buck providing the evening's entertainment and the deer movement being a bit slow, Cam is about to have a less than ideal encounter with a very above average buck. While packing up, there he was, the big split brow 10. With poor camera light, even borderline legal, Cam elects to pass, even with his extremely limited time to hunt and knowing that a second encounter is always less likely.
We're back in the blind. Sat here last night. Target buck came in raid at last light. It was too dark by the time the big guy gave me a shot opportunity, so I sat in here till they left. Back in today. It's windy, snowy, Thanksgiving. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. Hopefully they show up 5 minutes sooner.
With slow activity and no sign of the target buck, Cam has to return to work, knowing that he won't be able to hunt again until the cold is set in for Saskatchewan's late season in late November. Back in the stand on days off, Cam is greeted with this young fellow looking for does. As the afternoon wears on, this gorgeous up-and-comer makes an appearance. Although tempting, this buck was just too young, and not Cam's target. However, this temptation was nothing when compared to the encounter that Cam was about to have.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment. Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Muddy Outdoors.
We've been out all day setting up stands, and we came to this spot. This is our last spot of the day, and it's a channel or a bowl that's in the middle of the timber. That creates a unique problem because it makes it hard for us to get our backs against something that the deer aren't going to be able to utilize to go around to try to catch our trail or our wind. Anytime we set up a stand or a blind, we try to get our back set up against some kind of structure, whether it's a big ridge, a field, or an opening. We try to utilize that as a barricade to keep the deer in front of the blind where we want them. Even when everything's perfect, at some point you're going to cough at the wrong time, you're going to scratch your nose, you're going to draw attention to that blind, and the deer are going to notice it. And when they do notice something, you don't want them to be able to easily investigate what might be the problem. As I mentioned, we'll usually try to get our backs against some kind of structure, but in a situation like this, we're in the middle of a large piece of timber in this channel or this bowl, it provides a unique situation. So the deer largely are coming off this high ridge, traveling down through the low spot and out. And then they've got another 800 yards to get out to the agricultural fields. And this is where we're going to set up because this is where we can get the daylight encounters. Now, if we just slide our blind in anywhere along that edge, if any of those deer become alarmed to the blind, it's easy for them to slip in the bush and in around behind us to check the wind, check for our trail walking in. So what we're going to do is just pick the best spot we can. Life's not always perfect, and no deer stand's perfect either. So in the solid bush like this, we're going to go along that edge and we're going to pick the best spot that we can, and that's going to be right in there. As you can see, it's like a rat's nest in there, and contrary to popular belief, deer don't like that. They like to be able to see. They don't like it when it's extremely thick like that. So the more open timber over here, the deer are going to like to walk around in there. So if the deer come out here and they get any kind of curiosity and they slip in there, they're not going to want to go through that heavy brush. Will they go through that heavy brush? Of course they will, but it's just a deterrent to try to make things as uncomfortable for them as possible to make us. These little bowls and channels are almost ideal for setting up. You'll almost always see us in a bowl or a channel or on the edge of a field. And that's because the deer feel really comfortable because they can see. They've got the woods close by for cover. And we're going to add attractant here. So we're going to come out, we're going to put some big and J out here as well where the deer are traveling through. So it's going to increase the deer movement. And we're just going to want to get it set up in the best spot possible. And that's going to be on the downwind side, of course, and in the best spot where the deer are going to be the most uncomfortable to try to swing in behind that blind. And that's your Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment for the week.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Muddy Outdoors. Share your own muddy moment. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by Central Boiler Outdoor Furnaces, the ultimate wood heat, Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology, Thermoseed, stay outdoors, Tinks, makers of the world's finest deer lures and scents, Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow.
Heavy and gnarly, this buck was the deer of many hunters' dreams. We had gotten just one stealth cam photo of him, but this was the first look up close. Not his target buck, Cam now had the most difficult decision to make. And when Cam decided, I nearly couldn't believe it. As Cam chose to hold out and watch this incredible deer walk away.
Did I just make a mistake?
While many, myself included, could make the argument that passing that buck was a mistake, especially with such limited time, though Cam was confident in his decision and enjoyed the rest of the day knowing that if it didn't come together, he'd be back to work, leaving only the last 2 days of the season to hunt. Another tempting buck, but just too young. A good-looking 5x5 that'll be interesting to see in upcoming seasons. With this coyote's arrival, it marks the end of Cam's activity and he's headed back to work for the week, hoping to make it count in his last 2 days. Now December, and with temperatures plummeting, Cam is headed in with his heater bodysuit to sit for the day. In, settled and cozy in his heater bodysuit and the big curve brow 10 still regular on the stealth cam, Cam is hoping for a little luck on the last remaining days of the season. Early into his sit, the deer are moving well, including this young buck. Cam looks to the west and sees exactly what he's been waiting for.
This segment has been brought to you by the Heater Bodysuit. The Heater Bodysuit is the ultimate cold weather hunting garment that allows you to stay on stand longer and sit comfortably. The Heater Bodysuit. You stay warm or your money back. This segment of Canadian Whitetail is brought to you by Nocturnal Lighted Nocks. Nocturnal Lighted Nocks, string activated, simple, switch on accuracy, and let it glow.
On one of his last days to hunt, and after passing one tremendous buck, in hopes of an encounter with the big curve brow 10, here he was on one of the most beautiful winter days of the season. Broadside at just 20 yards, Cam draws to take his shot.
We just hit the curve brow buck. I can't believe it. The shot looked okay. I'll tell the guys, give him a bit. The arrow was stuck in him. And I'll go start looking in a half hour or so. Go grab the truck, warm up. Can't see him going too far. But you never know, I guess. Whew. That's what it's all about right there.
Just come to have a look with Cam's deer. I looked at the shot. I don't think he went very far. Shot him a little bit earlier, but everybody's out hunting, so we'll go have a look.
There he is.
Oh yeah, he didn't go very far, hey?
Not at all.
I'd say it's a pretty nice jumper.
Nothing to complain about, that's for sure. Cool curved split brow. His brow curves in. It's the first year we've hunted here. We got permission this summer. Put cameras out and the bucks were on it right away.
It's a pretty deer, hey?
He's a very nice deer.
It's kind of a unique hunt for any of us, hey? It's a brand new spot this year.
Yeah.
Came down, put a camera in. There was 4 pretty nice bucks. 2 looked like they were pretty mature, 2 looked pretty young.
And we filmed them all now.
You filmed every one of them, yeah. Only weekends to hunt. Kind of makes it a little bit more stressful. You only have the weekends off to hunt. And these new short seasons, like the season was closed for 5 weeks, and now when it's open, it's only open for 10 days. That gives you 1 weekend in the middle there.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
It's every hunter's decision whether or not to roll the dice, waiting for what you really want. And those temptations along the way can be hard. In Cam's case, he stayed the course and he ended up anchoring the buck that he was looking for. And congratulations, Cam, on one classy Saskatchewan whitetail. Thanks for watching this week's episode.
This segment has been brought to you by Wild Edge and the ultimate climbing system, the Step Ladder. Safely design your climb in any tree, anywhere, with the most versatile, lightweight, and compact climbing system, the Step Ladder. To book your own dream hunt in northern Saskatchewan, please contact us at Canadian Whitetail Outfitters. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by these fine sponsors. For exclusive content, follow Dean and the team on Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter at Whitetail Dean. To view all past and present episodes of Canadian Whitetail, as well as new original content, visit us on our YouTube and Carbon TV channels. For Canadian Whitetail gear and apparel, visit CanadianWhitetailTV.com.
Audio Jungle.